I gave back everything my family bought for my son. My mom showed up 3 days after I brought Wyatt home carrying 4 garbage bags. I hadn't slept more than 2 hours straight all week, and she just walked past me into the nursery and started unpacking baby clothes onto my bed. Didn't ask where anything should go, just took over my dresser and reorganized the whole thing while telling me I'd folded the onesies wrong. My sister Ashley came by the next day and swapped out my crib mobile without asking. I'd picked a simple black and white one because I'd read that's better for newborns. She looked at it and said, "Wow, that's depressing," and hung up one that played circus music. When I said I liked my old one, she said, "Trust me, this one's cuter." Week 2. Kennedy showed up with her husband and a changing table I didn't have room for. I'd been using the top of my dresser with a pad because my apartment's barely big enough for the crib. She said using furniture for changing was unsanitary, and made her husband mount this massive table to my wall. It blocked half my closet, but she said I'd thank her later. My mom came back every few days with more stuff. Different bottles even though I was breastfeeding. A fancy diaper bag to replace my backpack. More clothes when Wyatt already had plenty. Every time I said I'm good, actually she'd get this tight smile and say, "Well, I already bought it, so." Then the comments started. Ashley said Wyatt looked sloppy in the hand-me-downs my friend Jordan gave me. Kennedy said my nursery looked thrown together and people were going to judge me. My mom brought over a new rocker and said the thrift store one I had was embarrassing. And what would Wyatt's pediatrician think? I told my mom one time that I appreciated everything, but could she check with me first before buying more? She stopped folding the blanket she was holding and stared at me. Then she teared up and said, "I'm just trying to help you because you don't know what you're doing." She left 10 minutes later and didn't say goodbye. Ashley called me that night saying mom was devastated, and I needed to apologize because she was only trying to be a good grandma. I said I just asked her to check with me first. Ashley said that's basically telling her she's a bad grandmother, so I stopped saying anything. Let my mom keep showing up with bags of stuff. Let Kennedy criticize how I organize things. Let Ashley make comments about everything I did wrong. One afternoon I went to get Wyatt dressed and realized I couldn't find a single outfit I'd actually picked out. Everything was stuff they'd bought. The blanket he slept with was my mom's. The pictures on the wall were Ashley's. The thermometer I used was Kennedy's upgrade from my basic one. I was standing in a nursery I didn't recognize holding my own kid. After Wyatt went to sleep that night, I sorted everything into piles. What I bought, what friends gave me, what my family bought. Their pile covered half the floor, the crib mobile, the changing table, maybe 40 pieces of clothing, a dozen blankets, a video monitor replacing my audio one, a wipe warmer I never used. I loaded my car around midnight, drove to my mom's first and left 2 bags on her porch. Just set them down and left. 1 bag at Ashley's door. The changing table barely fit in my car. I left it in Kennedy's driveway with the last bag on top. My mom called at 7 the next morning. I was feeding Wyatt when she started yelling about garbage bags on her porch like she was my donation center. I said I appreciated her thinking of Wyatt, but I'm his mom and I get to decide what he needs. So I was returning everything. She said I was punishing her for caring. That she bought all that stuff because I clearly couldn't afford to do it right myself. That she was trying to make sure Wyatt had what he deserved even if I couldn't provide it. I said if she wanted to help, she should have asked what I actually needed instead of assuming I was failing. She hung up. Ashley texted saying I was ungrateful and cruel. Kennedy called me selfish. The family group chat turned into my mom saying she was done helping someone who throws love back in her face. Ashley said I'd regret this when I needed babysitting. Kennedy said I was on my own. I muted it.